Hey guys, it's Dani, and for today's food for thought, I wanted to chat about 6 possible reasons you may be overeating. Now, overeating is an interesting topic because most of us think that we overeat simply because we have lack of discipline or lack of willpower, but I can promise you that that is not the case. Actually, overeating is not the problem. It's truly a symptom of something else that is going on for you. So today I want to explore some of the avenues that might be worth looking at. Number 1 is lack of awareness. So simply put, you are not present when you are eating. So your brain isn't able to register the pleasure and the nourishment that comes along with the eating experience. And so even if you are not physically hungry anymore, the brain will still say, hungry. So in those situations, you really want to bring your attention back to yourself and back to the plate so that you can get the full eating experience. Number 2 is skipping meals. So the body loves homeostasis. It's always craving and looking for a balanced state. So think of your physical hunger as a pendulum. If it goes too far in one direction, it will come swinging back with vengeance in the opposite direction. So oftentimes if we skip meals or if we go too far past physical hunger, that can lead to overeating. Number 3 is attempting to de-stress. So get this. Within 30 seconds of chewing and swallowing your food, the body releases chemicals that automatically put the body into a state of relaxation. So literally, chewing your food is not only relaxing, but it's a great way to release energy. So if you don't practice other tools for de-stressing, like journaling or talking to a friend or deep breathing, etc., eating can be a really quick fix way to get into that state of relaxation, albeit very temporary. Number 4 is feeling grounded. Now I have to say, this is definitely something that I noticed that I do in my own life. When there's something going on in your life, if it's some type of transition or vulnerability, or usually something that represents the unknown, we tend to reach for more food to help create the experience of feeling more grounded during a time when we are not feeling grounded. But remember guys, all a feeling is a vibration in your body, right? So if you eat more food and literally physically weigh yourself down, that feeling will feel like it is less intense, at least temporarily while you're full. But unfortunately, once your body manages to digest all that food, we're still left holding the same deck of cards. Number 5 is numbing out. Now sometimes if we have a feeling or a situation in our life that we don't want to look at or we don't want to deal with, overeating can be a wonderful distraction because not only does it divert our attention from the problem at hand that we don't want to deal with, but it also leaves us with a whole new, brand new problem that we can put our attention on, right? So now we have this problem of being an overeater. We have no self-control, we have no self-discipline, and we have to put all our attention into figuring out which diet we're going to start next, right? So in this situation, all I'm saying is learn to recognize it and then own it. So if you really want to give yourself a label, at least be truthful with the label that you're giving yourself, right? So the next time you're sitting down eating a bag of potato chips because you don't feel like dealing with your kids, your husband, your boss, etc., instead of calling yourself an overeater, just own the fact that you are somebody that doesn't want to deal with a situation at hand. You're a person who doesn't feel like feeling their feelings in that very moment. And that's okay. And finally, number 6 is lack of pleasure. Now, oftentimes, if we're not getting enough pleasure in our lives, we will reach for what is called a symbolic substitute. And food can be exactly that, right? Because food can bring us great pleasure. And there is nothing wrong with eating food for pure pleasure at times. As a matter of fact, that's what I usually refer to as fun eating. I talked about that in my last video. But when you're doing that, you just want to know that you're doing it. And you want to take note of how often you're doing it. Because if you begin to notice that what you're going to have for dessert is the biggest highlight of your day every day, then you may want to start playing with different ways of diversifying that pleasure, right? So how else can you go about bringing play and joy and fun and pleasure into your life that doesn't have anything to do with food? Now, the most important thing that I want you guys to get out of this is that overeating cannot be managed or remedied by trying to control or restrict your diet. The eating is actually an invitation for us to kind of come in a little bit closer and notice what is going on for ourselves. This is what I mean when I say that the eating is a symptom. It is not the problem. It's like a little messenger. It's there to tell you something. And I personally think one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is our very own kind, loving, and patient attention. So now I want to hear from you guys. Do you ever struggle with overeating? And if so, did any of these 6 reasons or causes resonate with you in any way? I would love for you to come down into the comments below and share your thoughts and your experiences so we can start a conversation, because I believe when we all start sharing with one another, that is literally how, when, and where a healing experience begins. And for any of you who want more support with your health and weight loss journey, this is the exact type of work I do with my one-on-one clients. And if that's something that you're looking for, I want you to know how to contact me. So I'm gonna leave a link down in the description box below that will bring you to a page on my website that will give you more information. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Dani Spies, and I'll see you next time with some more food for thought.